Hello again, my Facebook friends. It's Andrika J. Austin, also known as AJ for short. Of course, I help women entrepreneurs confidently convert conversations to clients, cash, checks, and credit cards. I'm looking forward to sharing a little messaging magic with you today. Hey, Brian, best friend Riley, thanks for joining. So I'm sharing a little bit of information, but before I do, can you think of one person that you may know who may need to hear this information? Maybe it's a business bestie, a business boo. Maybe it's another woman entrepreneur who know you or who you know could use some encouragement, empowerment, education, and engagement. Can you do me a favor and share this with her so that it can bless her? Tag her on your Facebook page, tag her in the comments, get her attention to tune in to today because I think it's going to be powerful. Hey, Melissa and Cottrell, thank you for joining. So as you guys can see in the title, and forgive the train in the background, I am in the country. I found a credit card, a wallet, and a phone this week. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Linda. Hey, Ina. Hey, Nicole. So it looks like that title got a lot of attention. People want to know what happened when I found this wallet, this credit card, and this phone this week. So there were two separate occasions. One, I was in Starbucks, and I had just come back to my table to sit down and do some work. I had two Starbucks stories this week, which is funny. But I looked down and I just saw this glistening red thing. And I'm like, what is that? And the funny part was that there were people standing in standing in the way of it. And I just, excused myself and I looked down and it was a credit card. And I was like, OMG, somebody lost their card. Who knows among all these people that's in and out these doors, whose it could be. And my initial reaction was to ask the people standing next to it, hey, is this yours? And they said no. And then the people sitting at the table, hey, is this yours? And they said no. One guy actually reached for it. And I was like, wait a minute. If you were missing your card, you would say something. So let me look at the name on it. And I didn't have my glasses on, which means I had to, how like Fred Sanford, when he didn't have his glasses on, he couldn't focus. That's really true. So I looked at it and the name on it said Natalie, which let me know that the two guys sitting at the table with me, this was not their card. And the young lady and the young man that was standing next to it, they said it wasn't there. So I took it and I turned it in, of course, because Natalie is going to be calling to see what her card is doing still at Starbucks, or she's going to trace her steps and come back and be looking for it. Trust me, I know how that is. I've lost glasses at that same Starbucks before. So instantly I got a revelation about that. And there's another, I found a phone and a wallet in another story that I'm going to share quickly. But what I got from that scenario is that, first of all, Natalie dropped her card and didn't even know it. The people around her didn't claim it. Thank God nobody picked it up by accident. And then the guy who was going to reach for it, knowing that it wasn't his and his name was not Natalie, showed me something in the spirit about my business. Now, first of all, the credit card represents money. And as a business coach for women entrepreneurs, I love saying that I help women confidently convert conversations to clients, cash, checks, and credit cards. What was on the ground? First of all, it was a credit card. So my job as a business coach for women, Natalie, is to point them to what they've left behind and didn't even realize it. Natalie left her money, her dream, her future, her funding, and she didn't even know it. Me as a coach, God showed me what she left and helped me pick it up. That's what I do as a coach. I point you to your dream. I show you, hey, you forgot this in the midst of life, in the midst of chaos, in the midst of running around and putting children and husbands and other things before you. You forgot this. Let me pick it up and then let me check. Because let me see whose name is on this. Is this your dream? Are you living someone else's dream? Because Natalie was not even aware of it. And then the third thing was, hey, Mr. Guy that was not Natalie, you can't have her dream because you're going to mess it up. So there's somebody out there reaching for your dream and I'm here helping you protect it, but you didn't even know you dropped it because you were such in a hurry with life and things going on. So I did the thing to do, which was not let the guy that was not Natalie, knowing it wasn't his, you can't have her dream. I protected it and I turned it into one of our friendly baristas because Natalie's going to call for her dream and she needs to know that it's there. That was story number one. Great revelation. I said, thank you, God. That was deep. So the second story is I'm walking on my daily 23-minute walk around my neighborhood and I passed one of my neighbor's house. And our neighborhood is fairly small. It's about 30 houses here. So I know who lives where. So when I see them out walking their dog or letting their dog poop on my lawn, I know who goes where. So, and I know who dog belongs to who, even though I don't have an animal, and why I'm chopping up poop in my lawnmower when I go cut my grass. So anyway, I pass down one of my neighbor's house who always walks his dog. He has this big, I think they're called Alaskan Huskies. All I know is it's this big white dog and his eyes glows at night when, I'm coming up the hill and my headlights are shining in his face. So I knew that it was their house, and I passed it going down the hill, and I seen in their driveway this black thing that looks like a wallet, like a woman's wallet. But I was so busy walking and timing myself to make sure it only took me 23 minutes to walk around my neighborhood, down the hill, back up the hill. And I said, okay, if it's still there when I come back, I'll report it and say something to them, because they probably have no idea. It looks like someone either dropped it pulling out of the driveway, because their driveway is pretty steep. I don't know how it got on the ground, but it was there. I seen it, and there was a reason that I seen it versus everybody else who probably passed it that day as well. So I go down the hill and then I come back up. And just to make my 23-minute walk, I still completed in 23 minutes, thank God. So I was proud of myself. But of course, I passed the wallet again. And so I made it back home, and I turned right back around. I said, let me go tell them that they have a phone and a wallet, because it looks like a carrying case for a phone. And I know you carry credit cards in it. I said, let me go knock on their door, tell them that there's a woman's wallet and a phone, because it was heavy. I knew a phone was in it. I did not open it, but I knocked on the door to tell them. Now I'm knocking and nobody came, but there was a sign on the door that said, knock loud if you have a delivery. And I figured, well, technically I'm not UPS or FedEx or the post office. I do have a delivery though. So I knocked and no one came. So I went ahead and propped the phone in their screen door and their door, because that was the only front door I seen. And even if they didn't come, I figured by the time they open it, the phone will fall out and they would say, there it is. Oh my gosh, I've been looking for this. So I knocked, I propped it. No one came. I shut it securely in the screen door and I came home. And then while I'm here working and getting back in the groove of my day, there was a knock on my door. And I'm like, I'm not expecting a visitor, so let me see. And it was the guy with the dog whose house that I found the wallet and the phone that I propped in the door. And he said, hey, I saw you. I heard a knock on the door. I didn't know it was you. And I ran down to try to catch you, but you were gone. And I'm like, yeah, I was walking, because, when I'm in my zone and my speed walking, I don't play. So he finally caught up with me, and I explained that I found the wallet in their driveway. It was heavy, but I didn't open it, and I propped it in their door. And he said, okay, well, we usually don't come out that door. So they probably would have never found it, because they don't use that front door. That's why they had the sign there saying, hey, if you have a delivery, knock loud. And their doorbell didn't work. And that's the common thing in my neighborhood. So as far as like we've had new doors and doors replaced, and so the doorbell is the last thing to go back on. I've even had that problem before. So he didn't know it was there. They don't go out that door. They would have never seen it. So again, here's a scenario where God allowed me to see someone else's money, someone else's dream represented, someone's phone, how they actually contact and communicate with people. Now, if you guys listened to my Facebook Live audio on the go yesterday, you know that maybe you don't, because my phone cut out and I didn't even realize until I went back and listened to the replay. But I locked my keys, my phone, my purse, my spare in my car at Starbucks yesterday. And in lieu of having a meltdown in the middle of the street, kicking and screaming like a kid who was just irritated and sleepy, I calmly went back in with my Starbucks drink in hand and asked to use their cordless store phone to call the cops to come unlock my door for me. So I was so glad that I was able to be rescued, because that was a frustrating place to be. So I could only imagine little old Natalie, who dropped her credit card in Starbucks, one of my neighbors who lost their phone and their credit card in their wallet. And here I am rescuing someone else, pointing to their dream and their wallet. So the moral of the story was two separate scenarios. Well, first of all, mine was locked away, but someone helped me find my dream in my car yesterday. The second one was with Natalie and her lost credit card and her dream of funding her future. The third one was my neighbor and her dream with her credit cards and her phone still in her wallet. And God said, as a business coach for women entrepreneurs, this is what you do. You find people who have dreams that they have dropped, that they have lost along the way of life, that other things have gotten in the way of, in addition to rushing throughout life and caring for things that they deemed important, and they forgot about their dream. But as an entrepreneur for entrepreneurs, as a business coach for women entrepreneurs, as a lady who helps confidently convert conversations to clients' cash checks and credit cards, your job is to literally point them to their dream. Hey, you lost this. You forgot this. You left this in your past in the midst of you running towards your future. Let me remind you that you need this. Whatever that vision is, whatever that dream is, whatever God laid on your heart for a business to go out and change the world and impact lives, you're going to need money to do it. You're going to need stamina to do it. You're going to need friends and supporters to do it. You're going to need someone to remind you of what you said God told you your dream was, your vision was, your baby was. But what you're going to need mostly is that dream. You're going to need that credit card. You're going to need that phone. You're going to need that wallet. Natalie and my neighbor. So, just like the cop came to rescue me with getting my door unlocked yesterday, my job as a business coach is to rescue women with their business babies, their business ideas. Let's unlock these doors. Let's pick up these credit cards, these phones, these wallets. Let's not give other people like the guy sitting at the Starbucks table a chance to reach out and steal our dreams if you're just giving them away and leaving them behind all willy-nilly. But let's come together and save that dream and build that business. So I was so encouraged by this download, by this revelation, and this just spiritual awakening that I got this week. And I said no one else would probably even understand where all of this came from, but I did, and God knew that I would. So I said that would make a great Facebook Live. And I've done Facebook Lives all this week, but I kept forgetting those stories. And this just happened within the last week. So that's what it meant for my business to find a credit card, a phone, and a wallet this week and return them to their rightful owners. So I ask you, have you dropped your dream? Have you lost the funds to fund your dream? Have you forgotten that there was support? Have you forgotten that you had a dream? Look in your wallet, check your vision, check your history. What are you forgetting? Because someone out there is going to pick it up. They're going to point you to it, and they may not be an AJ who is kind enough, nice enough, honest enough, and convicted enough to turn it in to someone who could help protect it. Who have you let your dream go to? Someone else may have their hand on your dream, and when you look up, there's someone else running the type of business that you've always wanted to run. And you can't get mad because you left your dream at the Starbucks, in your driveway, in your past, in that history. So my job as a business coach is to invite you to head over to thebossof.me, jump on the email list, and let me continue encouraging you to live your dream throughout the week. Don't forget what you said you wanted, what you said God called you to do, because it's still there. It's still right there. It's still achievable. It's obtainable. It's touchable. And there are support systems like thebossof.me where you can get support and encouragement to continue your dream. Because guess what? There are other ladies out there like you who have lost their dream. They've forgotten where they put it. They forgot how passionate they used to be about it. And I'm so excited to help you find it again. So I'm glad this title got you into the Facebook Live. I'm excited about the people who hung out with me here today live. And I'm excited about the replay viewers who are going to get blessed with this. So take a minute and listen to this again and again. And I want to shout out to Brian, Melissa, Cottrell, Nancy, Linda, Ina, Nicole, Dana, Devania, Ebony. Who else? Boosie, Barbara. Thank you for joining. Mathina and Kim, Lila, Rita, V, Elevate. Oh, I hope I said that right. LaShawn, Jessica, Carmen, and Therese. And so Dana is asking about people trying to steal your dream. There are people who will try to steal your dream, but Dana, your job is not to let them steal it. And it's not always the enemy. Sometimes it's the inner me, meaning the inner you. So check that before it wrecks that. Okay. All right, guys, we'll go back, listen to the replay. Thank you all to who's joining at the end. Hey, Lauren, feel free to watch the replay, listen to the replay, because I love the audio on the go. And I'll leave you with this. There is someone somewhere waiting on you, Dana, to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs. When you impact one life, the one Natalie, the one neighbor, You impact generations, because I guarantee that credit card affected generations. And when you walk in your destiny, you give others permission to do the same. Like I literally did this year, walking into my destiny and giving Natalie and my neighbor permission to keep moving forward, because now their dreams had been found. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next Audio on the Go. Until we meet again, my friend, you guys have a blessed night and pick up your dream before someone else does. God bless. Good night.